Are your career goals dialed in for your MBA applications? My name is Laura Nelson. I'm an admissions consultant at Target Test Prep with 15 years of experience. I've helped hundreds of candidates secure admissions to top MBA programs. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why your career goals are important for your MBA applications and how you can frame your short-term and long-term goals in your essays, interviews, and other materials. First, let's talk about why career goals are important. Career goals are important because MBA programs are invested in your success, and the admissions committees want to ensure that you can land in your target role following graduation. The MBA is a professional degree. It's designed to further your professional development goals and, yes, help you land a better job. It's important to know that MBA programs are also ranked by publications like US News, Business Week, and the Financial Times on their success with employment outcomes. If you read any of the employment reports for your target MBA programs, hone in on a couple key figures. So first, check out the percent of students in that graduating class who had job offers at graduation. And then second, check out the percentage of students in that graduating class who accepted job offers 3 months after graduation. Top MBA programs are trying to get this number as close to 100% as possible for students who are seeking jobs post-graduation. Notice I didn't say all students. Graduates who are focused on founding their own business are usually not counted in this figure, and some programs have a really large cohort in this bucket. For example, around a quarter of Stanford GSB's class of 2023 said they would found their own business immediately following graduation. Nevertheless, in most scenarios, the admissions committee and by extension the career centers at these respective MBA programs want to ensure that they're setting candidates up for success. As a result, the career goals you articulate in your application materials should be realistic and achievable. They should have some continuity with your pre-MBA career. However, if you're a career switcher, the MBA admissions committee doesn't expect an exact match. In this situation, it's incumbent that you understand how an MBA education and experience will help you bridge the gap between where you are now and where you'd like to be post-MBA. If your goal is very obscure, very out there, and not going to be served by the recruiting resources at a particular MBA program, but you're expecting that to be the case, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle with admissions, not only with the admissions process, but also as a student. Next, let's talk about how you can frame your short-term goals. Many MBA programs, but not all of them, ask candidates about their immediate post-MBA goals in their essays or some other aspect of their applications. As I mentioned previously, the career goals that you articulate in your application materials should be realistic and achievable. Whether you're accelerating the path you're on or you're a career switcher, there should be some through line from your current career to your future career. You might be wondering, how specific should I be? I think it's helpful to share a target industry, function, and a couple target companies. For example, I want to become a product manager at a large tech company like Google or Meta. You're not locking into only Google or Meta by articulating this, but understand that these internships and full-time offers, of course, are very competitive. However, you're giving the admissions committee an understanding of your direction and intent for that immediate post-MBA career. You might have noticed that some programs only ask about short-term goals. For example, NYU Stern's application this year has a short answer. What are your short-term goals? You need to answer this in just 150 words. University of Michigan Ross also focuses on the short-term goal. So its third application essay asks, what is your short-term career goal and how will Ross help you achieve it? You have just 200 words to discuss what you want to do and how the Ross program will help with that career goal. If you're unsure about how to discuss your goals and whether they're realistic or attainable, networking can really help you here. First, find current students. I recommend admissions ambassadors who are in your desired career path. Understand how they forged a path in your desired careers and validate whether your goal is realistic at certain programs. Second, you might also want to include alums or others in your network who are farther along in the career path that you are pursuing. So these conversations will be instrumental, not only helping you articulate that future career goal, but also in demonstrating why a certain program is the right one to facilitate that short-term goal. Let's shift gears a bit and talk about how you can discuss your long-term goals in your MBA applications. So like your short-term goals, your long-term goals should have some connection to what comes before it in your professional career. However, you have the latitude here to think more broadly and be more ambitious. For example, do you want to ascend to the C-suite in your function or your profession? What type of company do you see yourself thriving in? And do you want to strike out on your own and start a company? These are just some questions to spur some brainstorming. There's no right or wrong answers here for long-term goals, but what the admissions committee is trying to understand is your long-term vision for your career trajectory and the scale of your ambition. Not everyone needs to start a business or land in the C-suite, and that's okay. There's other ways to think about your long-term goals, so be sure to think holistically. Do you want to lead a division? Do you want to be known for something unique? What kind of role model or mentor do you want to be at your company or within your industry? These are important considerations that can help you paint the picture of your long-term goals. Some MBA programs are only interested in and learning about your short-term goals, and some programs ask about your goals in the short and in the long term. So for example, Columbia Business School, this application prompt, or this essay prompt rather, asks candidates what their short-term goals are in a short answer question. Then for the first essay question, the program asks candidates, what are your career goals over the next 3 to 5 years, and what is your long-term dream job? This is a blend of the medium term along with your long-term vision. I love how CBS uses the phrase long-term dream job. They're encouraging candidates to dream big and share that wild dream with the admissions committee. In Stanford GSB's second essay, the admissions committee asks why Stanford, but specifically the program also wants you to describe your aspirations and how Stanford will help them. Aspirations is a big word here, and that should encompass what you do in the short term and what you want to tackle in the long term. Stanford attracts ambitious professionals that are really challenging you to think broadly and think big. Stanford wants to know, who do you aspire to be? What do you aspire to do? And where do you aspire to drive change? A couple notes I'd like to add. You might be working on an application or essay that does not mention career goals at all. So while it may be tempting to put off thinking about your career goals, I highly recommend that you have a clear direction of your goals going into business school. It's going to be discussed in your interview, so I recommend that you do your homework now and come prepared. This is a really important part of your elevator pitch, which starts in your interview, continues in your pre-MBA terms, and into your first year and second year recruiting strategy. Also, I'll note that sometimes people change course once they get to business school, and that's totally fine. Develop the best hypothesis you can for your MBA application essays and deliver it clearly and concisely so you're ready to hit the ground running on internship recruiting right when you arrive on campus. I hope this helps you chart your course to complete your MBA applications this season, including the all-important task of articulating your career goals. This is a very competitive process with quite a bit of complexity. If you would benefit from an experienced partner, advisor, and expert on the admissions process for top MBA programs, book a free consult with one of Target Test Prep's experienced MBA admissions consultants today.